session is, something scary. The quote comes in mind, "Are yaar kab khatam hoga?" Okay, so before starting off, my presentation, I would like to express my sincere gratitude and thanks to the management and organizer of ICT Academy for organizing such a meaningful event for the first time in Guwahati. So thank you so much, sir, for inviting us and conducting such a impactful event with us. I thought of giving a little bit brief about my company because the group and the company is very old, but you are a new entrant in the East market, so maybe some of you do not know or do not have much idea about our organization. So I have distributed my presentation into three parts. The first part I will be a little bit about the group and company. Second thing, how do we manage our workforce? What's the requirement do we have? How do we plan? How do we go for a talent acquisition part? And the last part would be what challenges we face and what support we require from you. The parent group is Murugappa Group, which is 119 years old. We have a consolidated turnover of 36,000 crore plus with a group capital of 66,000 plus. Though we are very much Indian, but we are spread all across the world. We have 20 big businesses and 18 countries we are covering through manufacturing, agriculture and finance sector. These are the 9 listed companies under the Murugappa Group. You can see the Chola name twice because one we have the Chola Finance, which is basically the consumer finance. The next one is, or the other one is the home loan. We recently got a license of home loan a couple of months back, maybe 8 months back. So you're going to start up this operation. These are the other companies of Murugappa Group. Some are into joint ventures. These are the 19 non-listed companies, you can say. And these are the 3 areas the group works: agriculture, engineering, financial services, and small part of diversified group. And this is the countries where mainly the manufacturing plants are spread across all these parts of the world. Well, this is about our company Chola. Cholamandalam is basically a finance company, NBFCs you can say. We are spread across all over India, 873 locations. Now you have already touched, this month 900 locations all over India. We are very much present in Northeast India. We are having close to 33 branches in entire Northeast India. We have presence in Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Tripura, and again this financial year we are going to open in Manipur and Arunachal Pradesh. So what kind of business we do? Basically, we have 3 verticals. One is vehicle finance, home equity and home loan. Vehicle finance is basically into asset financing. Commercial vehicle you can say, asset financing model. And our 80% business, 80% profit comes from the vehicle finance department. And the 20% profit comes from the home equity and home loan. As I've told you, we have recently got the license. These businesses are really at an infant stage. So this is about the financial of our Cholamandalam. We have a AUM of 26% growth with a 54,000 crores plus, with a disbursement of 30 crores plus, with a 21% growth, with a market cap of 22,000 crores again, and branches, as I've told you, 900. And we are serving over 1 billion customers within India. Now coming down to the workforce of finance setup or an NBFC, how do you manage our workforce? You can see the right hand side, workforce composition. Our management staffs are 10%. Out of total, 10% is management staff. Our supervisory staffs are 20%, and the field forces are 70%. The business style of Cholamandalam or a vehicle finance company is very clean and very straight-cut. It's not at all complex. We have primarily 3 verticals: sales, collection, and credit. So these 3 verticals operates with each other, and we have the managers who manages the top part of it. We have the supervisory level who manages the 70% field force. So whenever we are present in the branches, the mix of people will be 70, 20, 10. Now, how do you hire people from the market, or what is the hiring composition of Cholamandalam? 50% will do lateral hiring, 30% will do fresh hiring. Now, when I am talking about this 30% graduate hire, this 30% consists of this field force only. We do not hire a fresh graduate for supervisory and management staff. We have another way of hiring people, that is management training, which is 20%. This 20% again consists of the supervisory staff, which is 20%. Now, you can see some kind of numbers I have presented here in my presentation. What kind of hiring or what kind of talent acquisition we do pan-India basis. In last financial year, we have hired around 150 plus management trainees. India in Northeast, we have hired around 25. Fresh graduate, last year we have had 6,000 plus. Again, we are going to have 3,000 plus fresh graduate pan-India basis. From Northeast, it would be around 500 plus. So you can imagine kind of man force or the workforce we have, the kind of growth we have within the system. Now, since morning, we are lot of seniors has come to give a presentation. We are having a small topic or small point on a continuous basis. There is a gap. There is a gap between industry demand and there is a gap between the supply from the education sector. Now, I would like to give a little bit in-depth view why this gap actually is. What is the pinpoint and what are the pointers basically of the gap, and what you can do together to bridge this gap. Okay. And I am going to share you some kind of live experiences or live example which I have faced in my last 15 years while doing hiring across East or across pan India. Okay. Personally speaking, I feel the quality of manpower northeastern states have is far better in terms of quality than the rest of the India metro cities. But what they lack is exposure. What kind of exposure they lack of? The first lagging point is industry exposure. Why? Okay, let me give you an example. In our MBA curriculum, you have the summer training, correct? For 1 month or 2 months, they go for the summer training program. But tell me, very honestly, is it worth for 1 month training for a management trainee to get an industry exposure? The clear answer is no. I'm telling you a ground level reality. Majority of this management trainee, majority of this candidate go for the summer training just for the sake of grabbing a certificate. There is no value addition in terms of summer training program for this management training program. Why? There is another kind of statement that when education sector approach the corporate, they don't allow them. They say no, we are busy, we do not have any project, that kind of stuff. But can you do little bit different way? Can you do it little bit taking it to the next level? Can you send this management training to the organization not for doing a summer training for 1 month? Can you do it for 2 months and without a project? Let them come, let them work with us, let them face the target, let them understand the culture, let them understand the product, so that they will get a clear-cut, full exposure of the organization, of the business, of the product. I think this is very much important rather than grabbing just a certificate and a fancy, project name. Second point. There is a clear lack of proper career guidance or career development program for fresh bucket of candidate. What is fresh bucket of candidate? When graduate people are coming down to your institute for taking admission in MBA, you are doing a lot of test, CAT, MAT, personal interview, group discussion, every kind of stuff. then they start doing their MBA courses. But please try to understand one thing. Each person is different from another. Maybe my strength or my aspiration or my, you can say, liking is something different than you. Maybe I'm a person who like to work in a backbench and would like to do coding. Now, if you send a coding kind of guy to a sales interview, what is going to happen? It is going to be a disaster. Even they get shortlisted or selected. I am giving an example. While I was working with HDFC Bank, I used to, had a lot of people from Northeast. I had from one college, I will not name it, I had 10 people. I give them the position of relationship manager of different branches. They undergone 15 days rigorous training. They were very happy. Training was good, everything was good. We put them in the branches. 15 days they worked well. The second month, second day, I got a resignation from 6 management trainees. I called them up in a room. I told them, boss, you tell me what is the issue you are facing. What made you, resign within 1 month time frame. Till training part it was good. The moment you land up, facing customer, it becomes a problem. They told me, sir, I'm a person, I do not like to talk much. So morning to evening, I have been posted in a desk where customers are coming, I am talking, I am convincing, I am trying to convince them, I am giving them services and they are going in. So this is something from Monday to Friday, this is not my cup of tea. So I said, boss, you tell me what is your cup of tea? He told me, or this group of people told me, sir, you give me something back end, I'll sit and I'll work and I'll give you this thing. So I understand that the orientation is something different and they are misfit for this particular job. So my request to you is that we recruiter, we go to the colleges, we take interview for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Within 30 minutes and 40 minutes, we check certain things. But it is not possible for a human being to understand the orientation of one candidate. But you are the best judge to understand the orientation of these guys, because you guys are going to spend full 2 years with them. Every day, every minute, every evening, every time. So my request to you is that please try to understand the orientation of a candidate and try to push them or try to groom them in that particular line. So it will be easier for you, it will be easier for us. So my next suggestion would be, instead of pushing them for sit and go and try for interview, let's push them through their liking factor. Maybe some people like some relaxed pace of working. Some people are very jolly, they like to mix with the people. The job profile will be different from them. A lot of companies are coming to your campuses, lot of different sector. So you choose people as per their willingness. Okay. Now before this, there is another story. The people who are coming to take a recruitment or take a admission in your college, 80% of them are not aware of what strength they have within themselves and what they are going to do in their career. So they are absolutely scattered, and specifically I am telling you this problem is happening in eastern part of the country because the country is not very professionally exposed to the world. While we go to do campusing in Mumbai, Chennai or Delhi, we ask candidate, what is your 5 years career plan? They will give you a proper reply because they are exposed. But if we ask these people, what is your career plan? They will give only one reply. Sir, I want to be manager. You want to be manager, that's good, but that should not be your 5 years career plan. Because these guys are not exposed to the world. So my request to you is that whatever the classroom training is happening, it's okay. You please make them exposed to the industry more and more. While taking campus interview, again, I'm giving you another example. Last year only we went to a very renowned institute in Odisha. AICTE approved, renowned institute. People have started coming in after group discussion session for personal interview. So the first candidate, we asked one question. You tell me one thing, what's your preference, sales or operations? He said, we said sales. Okay, fine. Then what's the reason of opting for sales? He told me, sir, sales is the forte I like to do. I like to mix with people. Sales is the pillar of any organization, any business. Okay, fair enough. Next candidate, I asked the same question. What is your choice, sales or operations? Sir, sales. Why? What's the reason of sales? Sir, sales is the backbone of any organization. I like to mix with the people. You won't believe. Continuous basis, 20 candidates gave me the same reply. Sales is the forte of any business. Sales is the pillar. I like to mix people. I like to interact. I have a lot of friends. I have organized college fest. So I would like to go to sales. I stopped the interview. I called the place managers. I asked him, boss, what is going on? What you are doing to them? So why I am giving you this live example? Please arrange a mock selection test in your college in every semester with the help of industry person, not from anyone within the college. You make this session selection and rejection. People are selected, mock selection for what reason, and people are rejection for which and what reason. I think we should go towards this model, and it will help you and it will help us also to take more. And it will be helping for you to push for 100% closer in terms of placement. Okay, my third point. There is a clear mind blockage from the students of a small area. What kind of mind blockage? If I give you an opportunity in sales with the salary of 20,000 rupees, are you going to accept this? No, sir. Why? Sir, I have spent so much of money in doing MBA. Why should I accept 25 rupees job? 25,000 rupees job, I'm sorry. My colleagues, people are getting, the same amount they have invested, they are getting, 45, 50,000 rupees. So my request to you is that whenever you are getting a bunch of people in your college, say 40 people, you know that very well these 40 people are not Superman. Maybe 10% or 15% people may be a Superman. Okay? And the rest, 70%, 80% people or the candidate are not Superman. They are little bit average. So my request to you is that you please groom them or clear their mind blockage and you give them a hard fact. There are some people who start from a higher salary, but maybe there are some people who start from a lower bracket or lower salary, and by the time they reach to that particular level, it may take 1 year, 2 year time frame, but ultimately they are going to reach that. But if they are stuck or headstrong, no, I'm not going to accept it because I have invested same amount of money he has invested. So this is going to be a negative factor for his career. This is going to be a negative factor for the college also. Correct? Okay. So these are the broad 3-4 problem we face in the ground level in terms of hiring. As I've told you, we are a growing organization. We have a lot of workforce requirement in the market. In Northeast, we are having 33 branches. We are going to develop this year 66 branches. So we require at least 300 plus graduate training. Now, you may ask a question. You can publish an advertisement and you can get a fresh graduate from the market. Yes, the answer is yes. But what is the difference between taking from a college and taking from the market, a fresh graduate? The difference is that I expect when we are taking people from the college, their grooming will be little bit, I can say, little bit above the curve if we take people from the market directly. So the placement heads or the grooming heads are sitting here of different colleges. I believe you are the king makers and we are the king takers. So let's put together our hands and do something differently for the next generation, for the people who are coming in the system to the corporate, and give them more exposure. One small example again is stuck in my mind. It's happening in Northeast colleges also, the exposure part. Last year I was in Amsterdam for my work related purpose. I was going to purchase some burger in a supermarket. Then suddenly I found 4 guys were talking in Assamese. So I was wondering, I just told them, boss, where are you from? They said, sir, we are from Assam. Oh, fine. So then what are you guys doing here? Well, sir, we have came here for 4 months student exchange program from Tezpur University. I was amazed. Beautiful. So they have signed up some kind of move with some university in Amsterdam, and they have a student exchange program. And these 4 guys are there are 8 guys. They are doing some kind of industry project in Henken beer factory in Amsterdam. So you understand kind of exposure they are getting. It's becoming eye opener. Now you get a difference with the guy with the exposed mindset and the guy with the non-exposed mindset. Simple question you ask them, you will get a different reply. Okay? So that's all from my end. So thank you so much. So let's work together towards a better tomorrow with help of ICT and with the corporate and with you. Thank you so much.